With the new Outlander season all set to release, we've got a lot of theories about what's to come next. But looking at our favorite duo, dying wasn't on the cards, and definitely not together. In an exclusive interview, Katrina Balfe hinted at the character's possible Romeo and Juliet moment. Here's what we know so far about a possible double death ending. First off, what exactly did Katrina Balfe say? Katrina Balfe of Outlander has teased that we might see a double death for Claire and Jamie Fraser. The Irish actress admitted that she'd prefer the series to finish with them both dying, since they couldn't live without each other. The time-traveling pair had been apart for 20 years, and when they reunited in season 3, they vowed never to be apart again, so it wouldn't make sense for them to just die apart from each other. Jamie ran his print shop while also engaging in illicit activities following Archmere. Claire attended medical school and graduated as a doctor. They didn't, however, live their lives. Since Claire's return to the past, the two have been allowed to live freely. It's hardly unexpected that Balfe believes the two will go out at the same time. This is something that many of us have already considered. Wouldn't it be romantic if the Notebook ended with the two deaths at the same time? Even though we want Claire and Jamie to live forever, they're also human. They'll both die eventually, and the story can't continue without the two of them. Second, what else did Katrina Balfe hint at? In the season 6 finale, Richard Brown attempted to tear the Frasers apart by accompanying Claire to jail in Wilmington, where she will stand trial for the murder of Malv Christie, while Jamie was brought back to Scotland. However, his scheme wasn't successful when Jamie was saved and returned to save Claire. In terms of how Outlander will end, it's previously been reported that only Sam Heughan and Diana Gabaldon know how the series will end. Katrina confirmed that she didn't really want to know how it end. She did, however, express her opinion on how she'd like the couple's story to conclude. She added that it makes sense for it to be a type of Romeo and Juliet moment when they both just die in each other's arms. She shared that she didn't think it was possible for either of them to survive without the other. Plus, Claire loved Jamie too much to leave him, and because death is inevitable, it makes sense for them to die together so that they could get their forever love. Balfe then added that the fate of the series wasn't really in their hands because she didn't have the decision-making power to choose that, but it makes sense to have the series conclude after almost a decade of filming. The Romeo and Juliet reference comes from the Shakespearean play in which they both died together at the end. Earlier, Sam Heughan revealed that he's actually the only person on set who knows how the story is going to end. And boy, do we wish he would share it with us. He's talked about how Diana Gabaldon had already emailed him the final pages of the script, so he had information about the series ending that Katrina Balfe didn't either. The reason Heughan didn't tell us is that Gabaldon swore him to secrecy, which all seems to suggest that Balfe might be wrong since she doesn't really know for a fact if the series will have a happy ending or not. Even Heughan reiterated that Gabaldon said about the series having a happy ending instead. Finally, Diana Gabaldon might end the series with Book 10. Gabaldon spoke more about Outlander Season 7 and whether or not it'll be the last season. There's a lot of debate right now regarding Outlander Season 7 as the final season. Sony and Starz are in talks for an 8th season, but it's possible that those conversations could end in disappointment for fans. Season 7 might be the series' final season. Other TV series on premium cable networks and broadcast networks must be considered. Consider Netflix, Amazon Prime Video, and other streaming services. Having 7 seasons is a significant accomplishment. Many series are cancelled after only 2 or 3 seasons. As a result, we should be happy that the show even reached the 7th season. Gabaldon's rightfully pleased with her accomplishment. She remarks that the 7 seasons are wonderful, and if it means wrapping up there, so be it. Nothing is wrong with that. The question is if there's a way to conclude the story. As far as the show itself is concerned, we've all got our fair share of theories for how and when it'll end, but many hints seem to point at the obvious. Diana Gabaldon might end the series with Book 10. Gabaldon has guaranteed that if Book 10 concludes the series, she'll address the issues that fans have been asking about since the first publishing of Outlander. Who was the ghost observing Claire on her honeymoon with Frank in 1945 when she passed through the stones for the first time? Gabaldon stated that the ghost is really Jamie, but she would explain how this fits into the overall plot. She also added that the series would have a happy ending that would leave us in tears. Here's some other related news you might have missed out on. First off, Heughan received praise for his upcoming movie. The actor, best known for his performance as Outlander hero Jamie Fraser, will reveal a new side in the Hollywood picture, which also stars Priyanka Chopra and Celine Dion in her acting debut, Russell Tovey, Omid Jalili, Celia Emery, and Lydia West. It's All Coming Back to Me follows a widowed lady as she battles to cope with her grief by sending text messages to her late fiance's old cell phone. Unbeknownst to her, the phone number had been allocated to another guy suffering from melancholy and his own loss. The duo creates an odd bond through text messaging. The film is a remake of the 2016 German film SMS for Dick, which was based on Sophie Kramer's novel. In an interview, Jalili stated that Sam Heughan is a fantastic person with whom he had a terrific experience. They even took photos together for social media. The famed British-Iranian comedian went on to explain that the film is highly hilarious, and Heughan has the nuance necessary for his character in the film. He even mentioned that Heughan was a super down-to-earth, fun to be around guy with whom he's enjoyed working. Second, how will the Outlander Season 7 premiere date be announced? If you're looking forward to the start of Outlander Season 7, you're not alone. It's still an exciting moment to be a Starz series fan, although a relatively quiet one. Filming has already wrapped. We've learned about some new cast members, and we're now simply waiting for more information to be disclosed. First and foremost, consider the timing of it all. We don't expect to get a date until November or December, since we don't expect any more episodes for the remainder of the year. Aside from that, we don't anticipate the date to be given in a full-fledged trailer. If you remember what Starz has done in the past, they usually announce the date in a press release or alongside some type of official poster, with a teaser following later. We're expecting something similar here, so why not announce the debut date and trailer at the same time? The simplest explanation we can provide is that Starz wants to maximize publicity for this season. They want to keep the fanbase engaged for as long as possible, which makes sense. Sure, we already know that Outlander has a devoted and active fanbase, so why not support them even more? Is it too much to expect for as much amazing hype as possible surrounding the new season? Finally, here's how Lauren Lyle met Katrina Balfe. Lauren Lyle, who plays Marshall Fraser in Outlander, has never worked on a large set before taking on the job. She remarked about meeting co-star Katrina Balfe for the first time during a scene. Feeling a little out of her depth, Lauren Lyle provided fans with some behind-the-scenes access when she shared intimate information about her first time on the historical drama set. The Marcellus Fraser actress couldn't help but feel out of place due to the grandeur of the show's production. When she recalls her first contact with Katrina Balfe, meeting one of the show's stars made her stomach turn, especially when she had to come face-to-face with Balfe when filming a sex scene. Lauren was thrown into the deep end, face-to-face with Katrina for the first time. The actor who plays Lougher Mackenzie's eldest daughter in the series began her career with a few credits. She retold the experience of her early days in the series and how she dealt with them in an interview with co-stars John Bell and Katrina Balfe. Before entering the Outlander universe, she admitted that she feared she had botched up the audition to the point of rejection. That's a wrap for this video. What do you think of our favorite Outlander characters possibly dying together? Let us know in the comments below. Make sure to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel for more videos like this. See you in the next one.